So I was whining to my wife the other day, said, I need new glasses. And she said, well, get some. I couldn't tighten them anymore. They were scratched. You know the thing, right? But I didn't want to go through the process because you have to make the appointment. You have to spend weeks to get them done. And you got to pay a fortune, right? That's real. But I did. I spent $500 on frames and glasses, and that was cheap. And then I ordered a pair from my sponsor, Zenni Optical, for $70. Zenni is an online eyewear shop. Prescription glasses, sunglasses, blue light lenses, starting at under $30. You go to Zenni.com, you pick a frame, upload your prescription, and they ship it to your door. No appointment, no store, no upsell at the counter. And by the way, if you are saying, do I really need new glasses, or do I have to put up with one pair to do everything I need to do for the next 2 years? No! You can get what you want starting at under $30. And if you've never bought glasses online, don't worry about it. I haven't either. Zenni has a virtual try-on so you can see exactly how the frame looks before you commit to buying them, with no salesman looking at you saying, those look good, but these expensive ones would look better. No, you don't get that. I'm excited. I can't wait to get my Zenni glasses and tell you more about them. If your glasses are overdue for a refresh, now's the time. Go to Zenni.com/podcast and use the code podcast15 for 15% off your first order. The styles sell out, so don't sit on it. That's Zenni.com/podcast. Promo code podcast15. You might have heard that live shopping is exploding. And I have to tell you, I have been on Whatnot for a couple of weeks now, and I see why it is. Now, Whatnot is my sponsor, and they are the reason I got on the platform and checked it out. I'm glad they did. They made it easy for me. I'm going to make it easy for you. I love it. Whatnot is where you get great products without paying full price. It's that simple. I'm hooked on their live shows, too. You got to see them. They're so much fun. And I see why Whatnot has climbed to the top of the App Store. And listen, if you're selling online, or maybe you have a storefront and you're hoping people will find your listing or maybe walk in your store, Whatnot flips that, because on Whatnot, you go live and you sell directly to people in real time. And I may admit, although you didn't hear from me, I may have picked up a couple of power tools or so in the past couple of days. I'm just saying. Whatnot, it's the largest dedicated live shopping platform with beauty, collectibles, electronics, luxury, fashion, even cookies, and anyone can sell. In fact, people who sell on Whatnot sell 10 times as much as any other major marketplace. That's because you're not just listing products, you're building real connections with buyers. So whether you're shopping or you're selling, download the Whatnot app today and get free shipping on your first order. Just search WHATNOT, Whatnot, in the App Store and start scoring amazing deals. How are you today? Man, it's good to have you. As we fly through this week, getting closer to 2023, this nuanced week we're having is kind of getting deep and staying between the lines this week a little bit. Next week, we'll get on the lines. We'll start actually writing on the lines. This week, it's the stuff in between that I want to spend time on. And today, it's about giving up what you are not. When I chose my topics this week, I looked over 10,000 podcasts. I said, which ones resonate with me? Which ones have I worked with people on and I've seen the biggest change? Which comments have I made to people on a Zoom call and saw them light up when I did it? Giving up who you're not is one of them. And we'll talk about that today so you understand what I mean by that. It is a daily boost from motivationtomove.com, the positive boost you need every single day. Try for that positivity thing. I mean, why do I call it that? The positive boost you need every day. Well, I think you get it. But the truth is, yes, we need a boost every single day. And by me putting the word positive in it, it keeps me from going too real. Because I'm a realist. I see evil in the world. I see good in the world. I can maintain them both evenly. And that's okay. I can live with that duality, and it gives me a real interesting insight and look at the world. But the truth is, it's we got to remind ourselves, don't we? So I build it in, the positive boost you need every day. God can't come in the studio and not be positive, can he? He's got to be positive today, even didn't feel like it. It was like feeling positive. Did I introduce myself? It's me, Scott Smith, founder, chief motivating officer here at motivationtomove.com. Sometimes I forget to do that. I do owe you a little bit of a story. I did promise you yesterday that my wife was doing an experience. Again, we're talking about experiences this week. We're talking about the nuance between the lines. When you read all the self-help books and you get all the apps and you start all doing that stuff and you wonder why this year your life is like it was last year, it's because you missed the stuff in between the lines. You didn't grow as a person. That's a big part of this thing. And I don't mean that in a bad way, because every step you take, no matter what it is going to cause you to grow as a person. And the truth is, the person that you want to be next year, you may take all next year just learning to be that person before you can actually be that person. You have to rise into it. And as you do, you meet more people, you get more insight, you get a different worldview, you start to see how things really work, and you relax. And sometimes you talk fast, like I just did. So my wife, we have a new grandchild. Her name is Maya. She's 4 months old. She's beautiful. She's the fourth in the expansion of my clan. And we have potential of 7. If I just look at what's on the wall right now, there's a potential of 7 grandkids. There's probably potential for more, but I don't know how all that stuff works. You never know what's going to happen. But there's potential of 7. So Joy, my wife, has decided she's going to be in that girl's life. They live about an hour away from us, and they work real hard, young professionals. And she said she agreed to babysit that little baby one day out of the week. And the other mother is babysitting one day out of the week. So Joy leaves here at 7:30 in the morning, gets home at about 7 o'clock at night. And she goes, can you imagine? She goes over and hangs out with a 4-month-old baby all day long. And she looks at the baby. She's like, oh my. Make all those little baby sounds. And he sent me pictures of this cute little baby. I'm like, is there anything that I would do it, but it's just not, it's not me being me. I mean, hanging out with a baby, that's scary stuff. Are you kidding me? I just admit it. So I am. I like him. Just I hold her. She's cool. I'll change a diaper, but do I want to spend all day? No, but that's her experience. She loves it. Choose your experience in life. And I'm thinking, yeah, but that's going to leave me home all day by myself. What am I going to do? Then I thought about the experience. I said, okay, it's time to start flying stuff again. She's like, it's going to cost me money, isn't it? I said, yeah. If you're going to leave me alone for 10 hours, one day a week, it's going to be a costly day. So it's a week. I'll tighten it up next week, I promise. Maybe not. Giving up what you are not.
Choice Hotels get you more of what you value. Comfort Inn, it's calling your name. Save on the stay. Oh, and free waffles are yours to claim. Book direct at choicehotels.com.
I want to say again what I have said to so many people right into their eyes on a Zoom call. You need to give up what you're not. If you're looking for something different and I'm confused about where to begin, give up what you're not. The running joke you'll hear me say all the time is, if you ask a woman, and this is the only experience I've ever had, who's divorced and is looking for a new man in her life after she gets through the cougar thing, they're, I got to go through that. Come on. I'll finally get through it. Forget it. I need somebody my age. But if you ask any woman who's going to remarry what they want in a new man, the first thing they will tell you is everything they don't want. Everything instead of what they do want. But sometimes we have to give up the things that we are not. And what I mean by that is you are living a life today that's not really authentic to you. And you're hanging on to it because it's gotten down into your identity. If you have ever studied how identities are formed, identity is a little thing that lives down inside of you someplace. I don't know where it is. I got some body scans last week, some healthy stuff happening. And I said, look for my identity and see if you can find it because I can't figure out where it is. But it feels like it's right in the middle of my chest. But sometimes it gets up in my head. And that confuses me, so I go back to my chest. Gives me indigestion sometimes too. But if you don't understand how identity works, then you got to understand that it's about what you do today, experiences. Talk about a lot this week, right? And if you do an experience, you get a result. Something happens, good, bad, whatever. Something happens, and that forms a belief. Now, if I go to that experience, this is likely what is going to happen. Went and saw a Trans-Siberian Orchestra. Now I know when I go, it's going to be nearly 100 decibels. It's going to be loud. I know that now. Which is probably why I'll take my earphones or I just won't will. So experience becomes behavior. Behavior eventually will become something you value. Based on what you've done in your entire life, based on the experiences you've had, you begin a belief system that will, it's what you believe. And that moves into your values. Values are who you are. Your guiding values are inside of you. These are the things that people get in trouble with sometimes because people have their values, but they don't stand by their values. I so much appreciation for people who stand by their values, whatever they choose to be. Happily married, they stand by the value. Maybe they're religious, Christian or something, and they just stand by that. They just walk their faith. I have mad respect for people of any religion. It doesn't matter. As long as they stay in who they are and they've decided, because, boy, I know a lot about you the very minute I know you adhere to your values and actually live them every day, because isn't that what they're supposed to be? But imagine you've lived those values every single day, and now it becomes part of you. It becomes your identity. It becomes who you are from the inside out. And we have to chip away at that from time to time. And usually we chip away because sometimes what gets down to that identity is not true who we truly are. Sometimes we've been doing stuff that's not good for us. Like I had a client that she'd gotten to the point where she was about 100 pounds overweight. And I've helped a lot of people lose a lot of weight. 2 pounds at a time. I know. That's what they say. The doctors say, I got news for you. That's just what it is. She had no idea how. So I had simple advice for her because I understood the concept of giving up what you're not. I said, if your mind is telling you something you are not, that it's not who you are, just give up who you're not. In her case, she knew lousy food that she'd been eating for years gave her the problem. And she recognized that that's who she wasn't. It was just what she had been doing, just a behavior she had done over time, just eating, not thinking about it. We all do the same thing, right? You catch me in a Wawa with one. Have you been to Wawa? Do you know what Wawa is? Convenience store. Have you found their croissant with pepperoni and mozzarella cheese on it yet? It's warm and it's up front by the register. Have you found that yet? That's not who I am. Yet sometimes it is, but I can't be healthy and fit eating those things, can I? But sometimes, yes. But it's not who I am, so I can't do that. If you look at my wife looks at pizza and doesn't see it as food. It's crazy. Just doesn't even see it as food. She looks at some of the stuff you would love to eat every single day and it makes no sense. Has a salad every single day. That's what she does. I don't know how she does a salad every single day. I said, don't give me a salad. I don't have an hour to eat the salad. Forget it. She eats a salad every single day. That's who she is. It's not who I am. But a lot of changing, a lot of getting what you want in life is to stop doing what you're not. If you have a job and you're doing things at your job or hanging out with people that just are not who you are, you got to stop giving that stuff up or start giving that stuff up. Stop being who you're not. Be who you are. It doesn't mean being rambunctious or being narcissistic or anything like that. It just means, no, I'm not going to pretend. I'm just going to be who I know I am on the inside. I'm going to go do it. Don't have to ask permission. Don't have to write anything down. I just get up one day and decide that's it. And your life changes pretty fast. Give up who you're not. Give up what you're not. Think about it right now. In your world, things you're doing that you're not. At this time of the year, when there's a lot of food and drink going on, what are we doing? This is not who I am, 51 weeks out of the year. But for 1 week, yeah, we're going to have some fun. But come January 1st, I'm going to give up what I'm not, which is all that bad stuff I'm eating. Although there may be one more Wawa croissant, pepperoni, and mozzarella cheese sandwich on the agenda. Obviously paying cash for that so I don't get caught. Eating with the windows down in my truck so nobody can see me and there's no smell left over in there. And making sure to throw the wrapper away before I leave wherever I am so it doesn't get home. And then, it's so silly because then I get on a podcast, I talk about going to Wawa and cheating. And my wife hears it, and what? Silly games we play. So tomorrow, as we meander through the nuance of the week, the power of the strangest secret. This is Earl Nightingale. We'll talk about that a little bit. Not going to do the whole thing. If you've never experienced the strangest secret, you ought to. But we'll go through the basics of it tomorrow to kind of blast you into the new year as we continue between the lines this week, getting ready to get right back on the line next week. You have a great day, and I'm going to see you tomorrow as we get into a fun weekend, a celebratory weekend, a weekend that's going to start off our new year.